and Medicaid do not cover. The waiver programs simply make life more manageable by providing help for the individual with a disability. I'm able to work after 40 daycares turned us away. And at age 4, we were finally able to get, through the waiver, home nursing care for him. At that time, we went from 15 to 20 hospital admissions a year to where we're now down to 1 in the past 4 years. And that's due to the care that he receives in his home. So now I'm able to hold down a steady job, and instead of being relegated to the role of clinician and therapist, he knows me as mom, and I just get to stroke his hair and to love on him. That's a relationship we didn't get to have before the waiver. This isn't an easy life, and during Gustav, I want you to know I resuscitated my son 16 times, huddled in a closet, because we were turned away from the shelter designated as special needs, even though we told them he may die. After which, I asked his doctor to work with the state to get the shelter open for children who are medically fragile. And through a long process, which you all were probably a part of, you now know that those pediatric day centers were open. So I share this with you to help you understand how making cuts in one area affects another with unintended consequences. If those centers close, once again, we have nowhere to go during a storm. When you cut at DHH, there are many unintended consequences. Job loss, divorce rate, escalating costs of institutionalization and hospitalization. There are 3 additional waiver programs. You heard from those parents today that those families are waiting on an 11-year waiting list until a now comes open. So their families, just like mine, receiving just enough services to help keep their children alive or out of more expensive institutions. You guys ran for office because you care about people. And as our elected officials, you have a responsibility to look out for the welfare of those people. And I'm asking you to search your conscience and consider the tough choices you have to make. I'm new to this whole process. I'm a newbie, been here since special session began. Why would the state knowingly throw money away at a time in history when we face the worst financial crisis of our time? It disturbs me to listen to tobacco lobby and try and convince you they shouldn't pay an increase in taxes when their burden on the state Medicaid in this state on Medicaid alone is $803 million in healthcare costs related to that smoking. The proposed tax increase, I fear, would not even cover what they cost the state. It disturbs me to listen to alcohol and beer industry try to convince you that microbrewers are going to be hurt because microbrew lovers won't be willing to pay a few cents more for a 6-pack. And if you shop luxury brands, I believe a few cents more will not disrupt these sales. With the lives of young citizens hanging in the balance, there are days here I felt like I've been in the twilight zone a little bit. I don't have to tell you that now is the time to make tough decisions and to demand reform. We shouldn't leave the special session process without taking action to fix things for the future. We need accountability and oversight on contracts and state agencies. We need to review every process to ensure we're doing our best at handling the people's money. Perhaps we review Medicaid billing when they reach $1 million instead of waiting for the Department of Justice to uncover $30 million in fraudulent billing. The fraud is not typically with the people receiving services. I just want to point out that they're being used by doctors and nurses and then vendors to fraudulently acquire that money. Your constituents would understand if you had to delay putting a sculpture in front of a building over taking away life-saving services. We support necessary measures to raise new revenue and eliminate tax credits. I hope you reach deep into your conscience and decide if you can live with people dying on your watch, or have the courage to make the tough decisions that put people first. Because we're counting on you to look after the people, we the people. That's why we voted for you. Please prioritize your cuts and put the welfare of our citizens first. Thank you.